The Story of Us is the movie I'm reviewing today, and this movie is on Uchenna Bunabo YouTube channel, and produced, executive produced by Uchenna Bunabo. Director is Ben Kasi. A recap of this movie talks about a woman who neglected, ran away from her child, and years later this child came back looking for her, but she hates, irritates by her appearance or her presence. So there was something missing that everybody wanted to find out why this woman just hates this little girl. This movie is talking about a trauma she went through, and this brought about this little girl. This is what The Story of Us is about. What I like about this movie, let's start with cast. That's the acting, the writing of this movie. I'll start with Shim. She was really entertaining in this movie. I actually enjoyed her character. Her pidgin was on point. She didn't divert or deviate from speaking the pidgin from start to finish, and that was really nice, especially when she started going to school. She has to learn proper English. She still was speaking broken English, and I was really happy to see that she was consistent in speaking the pidgin throughout. It wasn't off and on, so that was really nice, and her acting was on point. She held it down. She was really good. This is the second movie I'm watching of her where I enjoyed her character so much. The first one was when she faked her accident that she couldn't walk. That character was really entertaining. This one is also very interesting. Then we talk about Nadia Buari, the Ghanaian goddess. She was a very interesting character in this movie. I have never seen Nadia Buari this wicked. I mean, she used to play wicked now, but not deeply rooted like this in this movie. So I'm guessing she played her role very well in this movie. I enjoyed her. Nadia has acted a lot of movie on Uchenna Bunabo channel. It seems like this month is for Nadia Buari on Uchenna Bunabo. I'm going to do a lot more reviews on her movies so far. So guys, look forward to that. Yeah, Nadia was really strong character in this movie. Like, she held the wicked role to her chest. She did it well. I enjoyed that. Another thing I like about this movie is the storyline. It's very interesting and lesson taught movie, because sometimes we don't know that things we've been through in the past is what shaped us till now. If we don't forgive ourselves, if we don't forgive others, we can never move on. That is practically what this movie teaches you if you watch it. Forgiving yourself, forgiving others, and just letting the past go so you can just move forward. Sometimes we make mistakes and we don't want to see that the mistakes we have made is what is in front of us. We just hate it for whatever reason. It makes us hurt. But yeah, so again, the story, the lesson is well put together, and yeah, I enjoyed that. Another thing I like about this movie is location. When it comes to Uchenna Bunabo, he does his best in giving us location, so that I give it to him. The locations of this movie was super good. The house, the ghetto that she was from, till she came, the hospital scenes or the hospital was super clear. I'm sure this is the hospital that Uchenna uses for his other movie production, and the hospital scene, the room, the ward, the machines, the bed, like I'm sure this is a private hospital or something, and that was super good. Then we talk about the road or the streets, traffic lights. I could just imagine how the cameras were positioned. Oh gosh, that was so nice. When she fainted on the street and she was like, oh, okay, I'm good, I'm not dead, I'm alive. That was really nice. And then in the traffic, when she was selling and doing the thing, all those shots were so good. Yeah, the location for this movie was top notch. I enjoyed every part of it, and that was something I like. Another thing I like about this movie is cinematography. I'm talking about angle shooting and focusing in this movie. Camera quality is what I'm talking about, not lighting, guys. Camera, lighting, and the camera quality brings me to the focus and angle shots in this movie. It has one of the best angle and focusing shoot I've seen on Uchenna Bunabo. That was so good. Camera position, the right time at the right place, and the switching or the editing in terms of, you know, focus, angle, portrait shoots were so on point for this movie. And it seems they had a lot of on set for this movie, and that was something I really liked. I saw the difference, I definitely knew it, and I'm like, yeah, I like that. So those are the things I like about this movie. What I do not like about this movie, I'll start with cinematography again. You guys know that I'm not a fan of, you know, Uchenna Bunabo's cinematography when it comes to lighting, as well as, you know, his color grading or color scheme that he uses. And I'm like, yeah, he's always going to use his famous brownish color grading that he uses. You know, it makes the movie looks like it's in the 80s or early 90s, or should I say early 2000s. You know, I want to see better picture quality, clear, good lighting for cinematography. Uchenna Bunabo is not a fan of it, so yeah, I'm always going to complain about it as well. So I wasn't a fan of cinematography for this movie. Some scenes were so dark, it wasn't it for me, guys. I don't like it. I really do not like it. I'm waiting to see a good cinematography for Uchenna Bunabo. Until then, I'll continue to complain. I'm not a fan of this color grading he uses and the bad lighting. I'm just not a fan of it. And this brings me to another thing I don't like, which is the operation scenes. We didn't even see any operation. We saw good hospital scene twice or three. You know, and all of a sudden they got a donor. The next scene is she's back home already, good operation done, she's back on her feet. That was a high jump, and this movie is 2 hours long. Plus, I'm like, what the hell is going on? So the jump is what I'm talking about. I'm not a fan of the jump at all. And this brings me to the time. Ben Cassie is always having 2 hours to 3 hours movie. I don't know why she directs this movie to be so long all the time. I don't know her criteria she uses. I'm not a fan of long movies, especially YouTube, guys. Data prices have just been increased again, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not a fan. It's too long. If you're a fan, well, you are welcome. I'm not a fan of long movies, so sometimes, to be frank, let me make a confession. I mostly skip 2 hours movies, especially if the storyline is boring and I know how it's going to end. If you have seen this storyline over and over again and it's 2 hours, I'm seeing a new one, it's 2 hours. I can't waste my time on that. Frankly, I cannot. So yeah, I'm not a fan of 2 hours movies. As usual, I always say it. This movie is super long. Some scenes, especially scenes like them pouring water on this girl, could have been avoided. Scenes where she claimed that she stole a watch. You know, the delay in transition, the delay in delivering their lines, all these things prolong the movie, you know. And I'm like, the scenes where she's walking, the ghetto scene, she's walking, they're playing, you know, those songs, and this is not a, they don't even give us a good cinematography where you give us these scenes that delay the movie, and then I'll say, okay, we are making it up for a good cinematography with, you know, delay in transitions or transmissions like this. It doesn't happen. So why the hell are you wasting our time for? Hello. And I could guess immediately she continued to hate this girl, and this girl keep insisting that you're a mother. I just knew that, you know, she was, you know, abused in the past. That was why she hated this girl. I just knew that that was the line she was going for, or that was the line this movie was going for. So I was just not a fan for a movie that is super long. I'm not. Finally, what I don't like about this movie is Shim's location, and in terms of that, I'm talking about, where was she sleeping when they sack her or when they throw her out of the house? Is it the street of Lagos? Was she patching with someone, or we should assume that she was sleeping on the street of Lagos? And how did she get money to start selling on the street of Lagos? How was she surviving? What I'm just trying to say is that how did Shim survive on her own in Lagos. Practically, that's what I'm trying to say, and that's something that I did not like. It left that part of the story or the movie hanging, and yeah, I didn't like that. So pretty much those are the things I don't like about this movie. But on that note, I'm going to rate this movie a 5/10. The story of us is showing on Uchenna Bunabo's YouTube channel. If you haven't watched it and you love Nadia, I'm sure you love this one as well. I'll see you all in the next movie review.